Okay, everyone. So we're going to close this out. I got when I first went out today over uh, into Pomeroy, Ohio, is where I was out digging today, and I had a pretty good day. Didn't find any coins, no coins. Well, I don't know. I found a couple of things that I thought were maybe coins, but I don't think they are. I think now that I look at this is a flat button. Okay, which is that's a cool find. That's uh, a really old thing. So I'm happy with that. And then I found this, which is I thought maybe this was an old squashed coin or something because kids used to do that on the tracks, but that's not what I found. Found a lot of trash. Of course, I carried it out. A whole bunch of it. Now I found a lot of glass today, so that was kind of cool. But let me go over the metal stuff that I found, the kind of the big items. I found this wrench. Now it looks a lot like a socket wrench, and of course I'm going to have to get my buddies to put this into the electrolysis. But I think this may have been something that was handmade. When I first dug it out, I thought, this almost looks like a railroad spike, but quite possibly it could have been a specific tool that was used in a factory, or there was a lot of mines and stuff in the area, so it could have been part of that. But cool find. Found 1, 2, 3, 4 harmonica reeds. I found tons and tons of these harmonica reeds. I like finding them complete. I found some harmonicas almost completely intact, which is always cool to find that. So I clean these up and I put them in our display case, or I like to clean them up and put them on top. And so when people come over, they can actually pick them up and look at them. These played at one time. I found this. This is, it looks like something off of a cosmetic case. When I first dug it out, you can see where it was had the open and shut thing. I found a lot of these in that area, and this is printing press lead. So what I'm figuring is back then, and this is right on the Ohio River, so they probably melted these to make bullets, sinkers, probably a little bit of both. So because I find this everywhere, especially up in areas where some of the old houses used to be. Cool find. This right here, I believe, is off of a window weight. So back in the day, they had these big weights that hung in the wall, and you'd open the window and the weight would go down. It would keep the window up, and you had a rope that went around this pulley, and here would be the window weight, and it would come down. Literally, it just would go up and down, up and down. So that was a cool find. Found this like some kind of a brass bolt or nut. I'm sorry, I don't know what this is from. Probably 1950s. Then I found some new stuff, which I kept this, and I don't know what this is, but it had a date on it, March the 15th, 1987. And I was like, no, that's not old, because I graduated high school in 1986. And then it hit me. It's over 30 years old, James. So yeah, it is getting old. So I just kept that as a talking point. Found some of these lids like this. Found an old toothpaste case and a 30-06 shell casing. Some sort of a broken off piece of metal, but it's got like ornate design around it. So I thought it was part of a buckle. So it may be part of an old buckle. Then I found this big jewel right here. Now, when you look at that, this is tapered. This went into a wooden barrel, and like a cork. And this is how it could have been beer. It could have been root beer. It could have been water, but this is all brass. And so again, it's probably from the 20s or the early 1900s. but it's really cool. I mean, this is a piece of Americana, you know. I mean, it could have been, you know, in the apple cider vat, or most likely was some sort of an alcohol or water. So it's a piece of history, really cool piece of history. I like it. And then I found some junk. I found a lot of these. These right here, when these pieces, the ends of the light bulbs, man, they go off like you found a coin. And then I find these pieces of aluminum. These are old pieces of pie pan. And then this right here is part of a milk lid, you know, back in the day. And I found a milk jug. But I'm going to show you my Pond's, you know, milk glass that I found up there. And I found this one, actually, it still had the lid on it, which is pretty cool, you know. I mean, it's, you know, I'm not sure exactly how old this is, probably from the 50s, probably the 40s, I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. And then this one right here is a huge piece of milk glass, and I like milk glass. It's pretty, it's, you know, you can do stuff with it. You know, we have a lot of these around the house that we, you know, my daughter, she likes to do painting, and so she puts her paint brushes in there, or we use them to just put pencils in. And so nice, repurposed. So let me show you this cool spoon that I found. I found a Charlie McCarthy spoon up there. So Charlie McCarthy, you do some research on who Charlie McCarthy is, but you know, we looked it up, and there's his name right on the thing. There says Charlie McCarthy, right straight down. It's really cool. So probably from the 20s, 30s time period. Very popular ventriloquist and comedian. So look it up, and you'll understand who Charlie McCarthy is. This spoon retails for about an average of 20 to 24 bucks. So there it is, my Charlie McCarthy spoon. So then I found some really cool glass. I found this sarsaparilla bottle, and it used a cork. So, you know, probably some sort of, you know, it could have been a beer, or it could have been root beer, sarsaparilla, who knows, you know what I mean? But it's not that old. It's not a super old, because it has a marking on the bottom. There's no date on it. So, but because it had a cork, and you can tell that it was a cork and not a screw top or not a pop top, I suspect this might have been something that was, you know, you picked it up, you got it refilled, and you drank it, and, you know, so it's got the line in it. So it's definitely more into the 1920s, 1930s time period. So still cool piece of glass if you like glass. And no chips, no cracks, no nothing. Now, I found a bunch of these, and I know a lot of you are going to be excited about these, because these are hard to come by. So, you know what this is? You know, this is what your milk used to come to you in. And I found more than I can carry. Much, much more than I can carry. I set them up and put them in an area where they wouldn't get busted, and dozens of these bottles are setting up there. So they've never been touched. I don't know how long they've been there, but this one has a date of 55 on the bottom. So this is from, you know, 1955. And you know, you would set your empties out, and then the milkman would come and he would pick them up and he would bring you back. He would exchange them for 6, you know, or 4 of these, you know, containers of milk. And this is how someone drank their milk. Put it in their coffee, cooked with it, put it in their cornflakes, whatever. But these also make beautiful vases. And I like to repurpose things like this. And I'm sure that there's several other really crafty things you all can do with this. So if you're interested in some of these milk jugs, I will take you where they're at, and you can hike up there with me and pick some of these up. Um, or you can at least sit at the bottom of the hill, and I'll go get them for you. But um, I'm not going to deliver them. Okay, so like I said, there's several of these up there, unbroken, and all of them were set to take, that foil cap that went on the top. And I remember my grandfather telling me as a kid, they would shake these things up and then they would take it off, and there would be cream actually on the cap, and they would lick the cream off. And those are stories that I remember hearing as a kid. So that was my finds for the day. The rest was a bunch of junk, and obviously you can see I got dirty. I've got a lot of briars on me, and my wife hates these briars, so I'm gonna have to try to pick these things off. I've got some duct tape that does help to do that. So remember, you can't find anything sitting on the couch. Get up, get moving, engage in life. This is a form of therapy for me. I enjoy doing this. I really do. And today is September 12th. It's the day after 9/11. So that day, and I made a film while I was out there kind of talking about some of that as well. But that day carries a lot of memories for me, a lot of, sometimes not so good memories. But we have to keep living. We got to keep going. And so I grow food. I do the farming thing, and I do metal detecting. I enjoy it. I love it. And it keeps me going. So if anybody wants to go, then let me know. But I'm going to tell you, and like other people will tell you that's went with me, it's hard to keep up with this old man. So you better put on your best boots, and you better drink lots of water, because when we go, we don't come out till dark, and it is extreme Appalachian discoveries, man. I'm telling you, we get busy, we get to it, and we stay going the whole time. But at night, when you go to bed, you sleep like a baby. So reach out, keep watching us. God bless you, and thanks for watching this reveal. Have a good day.